I'm Morgan from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a look at the Chrome Industries Urban X Backpack 20 liter, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can continue making content that helps you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So the exterior of this backpack is made with a 100% interior welded waterproof construction combined with a 500D nylon and PU coating with a PTU backing, which is a lot of words to basically say that the backpack was internally welded to ensure that the seams do not allow any kind of moisture through them, and the fabric itself is 100% waterproof as well. So this backpack will definitely keep all of your gear dry in like the case of like a shower or snow or etc. Especially thanks to the roll top design. It ensures that anything that hits it kind of just runs down the side and it doesn't actually get into the top of the roll top construction, which is always nice. The overall materials are pretty lightweight. It's like a surprisingly lightweight backpack, especially for having such intense materials that help make it waterproof. The materials are also somewhat rigid though as well. And so it has a tendency, it stands up on its own, and the materials feel very structured, and it has a kind of like a tarp-like sound to it, especially like when you hold it. So it's definitely not the quietest backpack, but it's not anything like that's too big of an issue. As far as branding goes, the only branding on the front is right here with the Chrome Industries logo, and then one on the shoulder strap, which I'll get into in a second. As you can see, there are also 6 attachment loops here on the front, which are perfect for a U-lock, storing it like in between right here, or you can also attach like external gear to any of these as well. They might need like a little bit of a bigger carabiner just because of their size. The top grab handle is made from a nylon fabric, and it is not padded or anything, but it'll do. It is decently comfortable, especially like when moving around the bag. And then the shoulder straps, here's that logo that I mentioned before. They're attached next, like right underneath the grab handle on top. And they have like this nice S curve to kind of conform and fit the shoulders in the arms as well. It was pretty comfortable. They have like a nice amount of padding as well. They have 2 attachment points right here on both sides, and a sternum strap with a button that is really easy to adjust and super easy to use. And then on the back, it is a 3D molded back panel for a little bit extra comfort, and it has a little bit of air channel just to ensure like a nice amount of breathability as well. There is another set of grab handles on the inside, but I'll go over that in a minute. So this is what it looks like on. Like I mentioned before, the shoulder straps do a nice job of kind of conforming to the shoulders so that like they're out of the way. I've never had any issues with like the side rubbing up and like chafing the arm. I've had that issue a couple times with other backpacks, but this one, I think because of the slight S curve, definitely helps ensure that that's not an issue. The overall aesthetics feels very, let's say casual. You can get away with like this in a professional setting, especially with the all black variant. But something to keep in mind, it is a little bit noisy. So in like a quiet lecture hall or a business meeting, it might be a little too noisy. As for secondary compartments, this bag is pretty minimal. The only secondary compartment is on the side right here. You can kind of see this quick access zipper, which allows you to get into the bag just by taking one shoulder off and swinging it around to the front. It's got a nice zipper dot just to make sure that the water kind of brushes past, with a nice coating as well to ensure that no moisture gets through the zipper thread. This pocket isn't the biggest. It basically takes up like from here to here and hits this seam. So it's like a nice amount of size, and inside I was able to fit a nice bifold wallet, no problem. The material is very rigid and very unforgiving in that it is not gonna flex. You can't really squeeze anything in here, and it is like a pretty set amount of space, but it is still really nice and easy to use. Taking a look at the inside of the main compartment, which you can access by unbuckling that, and then at the top here, it is secured by like a pair of magnets that kind of just keep it closed. This is not a seal, it just kind of makes sure that this stays closed, and it kind of just snaps shut really easily. The second pair of grab handles that I mentioned earlier are right here underneath the magnets. They're like a very thin nylon, and so this is really cool because when you have it all the way extended and you want to like pack this full, it is rated to hold about 20 and at its max 25 liters of like capacity. And so this allows you to kind of take it and hold it as a very long tote, basically, which I found was super helpful if I just didn't really feel like taking the time to like roll it down, or if I was just moving tables really quickly. Inside, let's see, you can fit a nice amount of stuff in here. This is basically just like a main compartment where you can like throw your stuff in. So I found that throwing in stuff like a jacket and packing cubes was really easy. I would often put like a tech pouch and a pair of headphones in here. So here's that jacket and another packing cube. And then as you can see, it's pretty spacious. This is a laptop or tablets, or I'm sorry, laptop sleeve, yeah. And it can fit up to a 15-inch device, basically. It sits right here, and it has like a nice amount of padding in the front just to ensure that like it doesn't bump up against anything. The back is the 3D molded back panel, which does provide a little bit of comfort, but not like as much as like this forward padding does. And then in front of the laptop sleeve, let's just have Nintendo Switch. There's also a key leash, which is nice. It's hanging from the top basically, just so you have easy access to your keys. Get that off. And then in front of that is an area, like another fairly big slip pocket where you could fit like a tablet or a notebook. And then a smaller slip pocket right there. I'm trying to make sure my hand isn't in the way. And then 2 pen loops or stylus loops. And so this is built in. It is not removable, unfortunately, but it does do like a nice job of providing organization if you want it. Otherwise, it sits like pretty well up against the wall and stays out of the way. The only issue that I ran into with this main compartment is because of the material that it's made out of, it doesn't let a lot of light in at all. And so with this roll top construction and it being such like a long backpack, I found it, you know, sometimes a little difficult making sure that I got everything. So I would like grab a flashlight and try and make sure that I didn't forget anything down in the sides. So there you have it, the Chrome Industries Urban X Backpack 20 liter. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.